Yeah, it's just that Soraka managed to flash away, and flashing in the night was that person in front of them. They managed to pull, I believe it was either 760 or Dota Pro into the middle. So, no, actually it was Dota Pro in the middle. And Acer managed to move in and pool so that everyone was hit by it, and Dota Pro Eat. They just managed to completely demolish Flashy in the night before he could really do anything. He wasted his binding on a really tanky person that they didn't even burst down. And in the end, Flashy failed flashed, and in the end, you know, they managed to pick up the stragglers.
Exactly.
This bot lane, though, Soraka Corki, it's a poke lane. He's just going to be able to farm, and Corki has a really good late game, but Ezreal has a lot of range. And Genji's going to have a problem now because Soraka's going to give him a tremendous amount of armor, so he's gonna have to want to max the W. On the other hand, Soraka's passing gives him magic resistance, so you know you don't know which Genji's going to have a hard time deciding which he's going to max. We've seen him max both though. I've seen him do both, or he maxes Q or W depending on the situation.
It's interesting they choose Blitzcrank as their support down at bottom because you have Soraka. That's a lot of armor from the Astral Blessing. But then again, if they get the catch, then they might be able to just burst him down. Both are proc carries, however. Usually, as the proc carries are going nowadays, you're not going for the Trinity Force, you're going straight for those normal AD carry builds because Trinity does scale off as the meta has gone. And that's basically how it works out. So if they get this pull, they still have the... Meanwhile, top, looking for a gank from the lane, Dota Pro wants this to happen. Level 2 double buff, does have the cheese wheel, and
the cheese wheel?
That's what it's called. It's the technical term for seismic shot.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a cheese wheel?
And now he's going in straight on to Darian, following after he does not even reach him, can't even cheese wheel.
It's not that... It's the thing is, they just didn't have the damage. I mean, they don't have an Ignite. Acer 760 is Vladimir. Vladimir has quite weak early game damage. I mean, what Vladimir has is not burst, he has continuous damage output. And Darian wasn't anywhere near low enough to merit that kill. I mean, you see, one QE combo is only taking about 1.5 bars of his HP. I'm saying only, but like in a gank term, I mean, they would only be able to take him on maybe 3 or 4 bars. It's nowhere near being able to kill. On top of that, he's got his Q, he can juke around, he can stun. I don't think that was the best of ideas, but you know, Dota Pro deciding he really wants the pressure since he already has the upper hand on Alex, who's only now probably going, not even actually, I don't think he's going to be able to get 4 from this. Yeah, he does get 4. He does get 4, so now Alex is in the position to gank, though Celiver is already warded the mid lane, so they now see him, they have vision of him.
Alex looking for, what's he doing? He's juking back into the bush. She's probably just going to go back to jungle. But yeah, following up on that point at top, very interesting. Didn't have any CC there, and actually Darian going and trading off with 760. Well, damage coming out, and he's just pushing him back to his tower, just pushing in that lane. But Irelia is rather good at CSing on the tower. He will take harass from 760, however.
This is dangerous.
He just pushes him down.
Can freely dive
Ignite. Ignite goes down. Pull goes down as well. Just one more attack. Stunned on the tower with Equilibrium Strike. Flash goes down. He will not fall. Tower did not follow up. Meanwhile, at bottom, Super 8 actually got burst down with that gag at bottom from Nautilus, beautifully executed. And now Malphite will be coming up as well with that Dota Pro.
Such a shame. Darian played that beautifully. He stunned him under the turret, stunned him as soon as the W came out, but it just wasn't enough for him to secure the kill. I think what Darian should have done is he should have stunned him, auto hit him once, and backed away. Backed away from the Vlad, trying to make some distance, so Vlad would have to decide, am I going to go for the kill, or am I going, oh, bull on Fuki style! Though it looks like he will just W away, Ghost Pepper out of mana. But, you know, I think Darian should have just walked away from that as soon as he managed to stun him. Although, you know, split-second decisions, Vlad may have had enough range. I wasn't in the game to see it. I'm watching it through here. So I honestly can't really tell what's going through Darian's mind in that situation.
Well, this is the thing. Like, Darian should have known he had the kill potential. Like, Vlad had the kill potential on Irelia. Maybe he was just baiting it out, as you said, because he had the Equilibrium Strike, he could stun him on the tower. That's a lot of CC. And on the tower, at this early level, that's probably a kill if he played it right. But did it perfectly, and it just didn't turn out. Nautilus...
It just wasn't in the right position. He maybe had one too few HP, or a couple of the... a little bit too low mana before he could activate. Maybe one tick of true damage actually would have killed Acer there. I'm sorry, 760, but you know, I guess he didn't calculate it correctly enough to merit that being effective.
Meanwhile, at top, Alex Itch catches 760, however, Dota Pro is also there. Darian now reacting. Riptide goes down, and Spider-Man to the wall. Darian going in with the Equilibrium Strike, pinning down Dota Pro, and he is good to go, and he is out of there. Darian farming.
The thing about Irelia is that even if you down her a little bit early in lane, Irelia actually does beat Vladimir. Vladimir, all he has to do in order to win this lane is to push Irelia back. If he can push Irelia back all the way to the turret for the majority, he's going to have an easier time in lane. Although, as soon as Irelia picks up maybe a Phage, a Doran's Blade or something, maybe a Null Magic Mantle, and we see Celiver in bot lane
going in with the ultimate.
Ult. And 2 flashes being burnt by Ghost Pepper and Genja. That was really, really close. It was 2 flashes for 1 flash. I'm gonna say that's a good trade because now Genja, with a no sustain lane and no pots in his inventory, is gonna be forced to go back.
Yeah, this means Corking pushed out
Top
to his
lane
health,
though,
and
Darian getting really low, flashes away. And since 760 had to burn his flash under the turret, he will not be able to chase him down. I want to say good play by Darian, but it's not exactly what he needs to be doing. Is fighting right now. He needs to just be able to farm, pick up an item or two, and then he's going to be able to start being able to go even with the Vlad. At this moment, though, Vlad just has way too much damage and sustain for him to really have any answer to.
yeah, there's literally nothing he can do right now. He just needs itemization, and then he might be good. But that was some pretty good ganks and just pressure from Dota Pro. It's just pressure. You really can't just go straight in on Vladimir because he could be around the corner. Just mind games and mind games.
Well, actually, since Celiver burnt the flashes of Genja and Blitzcrank, look at where Dota Pro's positioning is right now. He's sitting in the bush. He's level 6, got a Philostone, got a Cloth Armor. He's really strong. Malphite has ridiculous base damage on his abilities. He does not have any magic penetration, but that doesn't really matter. They're gonna go for it.
And looking for the dive, no arcane shift and flash and follow up. The Pukey style coming in as well. Drowned to Mosow5 has turned up. There's the power fist and still chasing after Genja, taking a lot of damage. Looking for the finish, not going to happen. Pull back from Mosow5. Genja is out of there. Super is coming from the north as well. Really well played by Genja.
M5 played that really well. I want to say that Acer was a little bit too hopeful with that engage, but maybe they were just trying to push someone back so they could open this dragon up. But no, it doesn't seem like it because Celiver's not moving into position. I actually have to point out, Dota Pro is playing with a manaless mid lane, which means he has access to all the blue buffs. When I play Malphite jungle, and I do play a lot of Malphite jungle, I seem to always like passing the Philostone any chance I can get. Because I don't build Shirelias often on Malphite. I feel that bigger defensive items are much more important. But, you know, he built the Philostone, so he's going to have them sustained, but he already has that from blue buff. I think he might have been better off going for a Heart of Gold or, you know, even an early Glacial Shroud.
Meanwhile, oh, sorry about that.
Sorry,
Darian actually now going for the chase, and 760 following after him. I don't think he can actually chase him down. He has no CC of his own. Just following after. He was recalling anyway. He's just going to push this to his tower. At least it stops him from recalling from a little while, and that will be lead, XP, and gold to the tower.
And this is exactly what Vlad does. As soon as he gets ranks in that E and that Q, he's able to just constantly push. But you know, Darian doesn't have his flash anymore. Acer 760 still has his flash, and I think there's going to be a dive going on here. The Q and E going down. There's the pool. The Vlad ult will tick, but here comes Alex Ich. There's the heal. I don't think Alex is going to have enough, but we'll see. Damage going down on 760. The shield is broken. Alex now chasing. He has his red buff. 760's cooldowns will come up, but here comes Dota Pro with a beautiful ult. 760 on 13 HP, 15, and they will kill Alex Ich right before he was able to kill 760. 760 was dropped down to 13 HP before he managed to get that Q off. Beautiful coordination. Great job by Dota Pro being there at the right time. And here comes
ultimate from Ezreal.
Oh my god. Wow. Just wow. 760 saw that coming. It's definitely got to be the adrenaline rush that he had from being so low. I mean, it's the only way I can really see him having those reflexes at that point. I mean, pro players are pro players, but those reflexes were just a little bit godly, don't you agree, Pulse?
It was pretty ridiculous, but yeah, I think he was expecting it as well. Like, he knew the matchup, he knew Ezreal was bottom. He's got 6, it's probably going to happen. That Mosow5 actually lands the grab and ultimate with the power fist. A lot of damage going on to Pukey style from Genja. And that's the burst, that's the power of proc carries, that early game damage, just the base damage. And they really need to be careful of that. Of course, they have the sustain, he'll be back up to full health in pretty much no time, but you got to be careful because those proc carries can 100 Zero you when they have that level 6.
What did you call the lane combo?
Lane combo?
Prop carry or something? What did you call it?
Proc carry. Ezreal and Corky are proc carries. And meanwhile, top 760 going straight onto Darian, pops the pull immediately, looking for one more skill. That will finish off Equilibrium under the tower, but he's good to go. Ultimate Wish goes down as well from Soraka.
Just a little bit of
and Mosow5 coming back in bottom. Gunshot trading this one out. No, Pukey Style's going to return the favour. I'm just going to back off. Go ahead.
It's kind of what Pukestyle wants to do. Is he just wants to dodge the pull when he sees that there's gonna pull. He wants to go be like a guerrilla warfare type of person. He's gonna shoot a nuke, his Q and ult, maybe an E if he can get a couple odd hits off. And then he's gonna back off. Genji's gonna be forced to chug pods. He's just gonna wait for Soraka to have cooldown on her heal. It's gonna top him off a little bit. Then he's just going to go back to doing the same thing. All he has to do is avoid the burst. I mean, it's easier said than done. He needs to be on his toes at every given moment, but he needs to take pot shots whenever he can, and that's what a Soraka lane is good for. You can take pot shots, and if he does get caught, he has his Valkyrie to, it's like a get-out-of-jail-free card. I just don't think that Mosow5 and Genji are going to be able to 100 to 0 him. Even if they ignite him, Soraka still has 2 heals at her arsenal in order to pull him back to full.
Very true. I was just thinking of Mosow5's ultimate, that split-second silence and the burst straight up. It's a lot of damage, probably not 100 to 0, but honestly not always going to be 100%. Then again, you do have Soraka and battery healer galore, so...
I don't think they're going to be able to 100 to 0 him unless Alex comes, and even then they're going to be reliant on Alex's follow-up CC in order to get the job done. Now we see 760 has moved down for this dragon. Now they're probably going to be able to take this uncontested. Alex now moving in, double gold items on him. Dota Pro also has double gold items. But, they've decided they don't want to contest this. They're just going to go back to farming top lane now.
Yeah, just going to go ahead and get a couple hits on that tower. He knows what was happening top, and just needs to try and trade this one out. Vlad still heading back top. He will be farming those race, however. Darren going to get a couple hits. Going to push that back to his tower. Going to bleed a few creeps, but not too much, and he should be back there in time. Ultimate coming down by Ezreal, just to clear that wave. Thank you, Nautilus. Good to go.
Yeah, we saw the dragon go down, and now we have a 3,000 gold advantage in Acer's favor. But, I think come late game, the double AP combo of Acer is just going to demolish the team comp of Mosow5. I mean, even with the Morgana shield, they're not going to be able to stop a Kennen ult, and a Malphite ult, and a Vlad ult, all in perfect unison. It's a lot of AoE damage to go down.
It's what you call a wombo combo. And it is extremely, extremely strong. Yes, it is.
Combo.
Yes, it is. Don't
double
judge,
AP composition.
I have many terms for many things. But
We will
Darian not in a great
will
position.
know it.
Ultimate goes down once again.
Wow.
There's the pull immediately, looking for the equilibrium strike. There it goes. Ignite goes down as well. He should be out of there, no problems.
No, that was a little bit of a dying wish attempt by Darian. He managed to move just a little bit away from the tower. I mean, another 1 or 2 turret hits would have actually killed him. But he's really able to make that. I mean, I'm sure 760, being a good player as himself, knows his judgment skills are strong. I'm gonna assume that he's got good judgment skills, and he knew exactly where he needed to be in order to dodge that tower hit. Now we see Celiver building the Reginald cannon style, which is a Hextech revolver into a haunting, guys. Sorry, Hextech gunblade revolver into a scepter, whereas Acer 760 is going for a double penetration item. And Darian, with not a single magic resist item in his inventory, is going to be taking, is he going to be taking true damage from that? 1 second. He will be taking a little bit less than true, less than true damage, because he's going to only have 6 magic resist when 760 is done with him.
That is pain. That is pain.
That is painful. That's 50 magic penetration. That's a lot of magic damage. We call it the we call it El Penetrato.
Yep, I agree with that. I have no idea what you're saying. Mosow5 coming in. Ooh. However, Alex is also there. Warders there. They know he's coming in.
There's the Valkyrie. I think Mosow5 needs to pull. Oh my God, top lane.
Meanwhile, top Acer 760 going straight onto Darian. Flash goes down with the Hemoplague. Just ultimate's going by Darian, but it's not even enough.
Did you see how much damage that Q did? I mean, yeah, it did so much damage. I mean, it really is a tanky champion. But when you're taking about 1.5 bars of 2 for every transfusion, that's a lot of damage going down.
Meanwhile, bottom Mosow5 is going to trade off with Pukestyle. Genji poking the ultimate as well. Pukestyle trying to flash out. That's not going to happen. Genji ulted there. Super Ray's going in as well.
Flash banana!
For the finish. Not going to happen. And he's out there.
I had to.
Flash banana, meanwhile, mid. Acer Celiver also there, flying a knife finish off by Dota Pro. Very clean.
The manly slaps of Dota Pro managed to kill him there.
Yeah, that's what they are called. But going back to that point at the top with 760, that's what happens when you have a 6-0 Vladimir. Pain, so much pain.
Really, not only that is that he's playing well, he's itemizing perfectly for the situation. AP doesn't really scale awesomely with Vladimir. It's actually a fact that he doesn't have the most amazing AP scaling, but penetration does. He sees that Darian is going for the Triforce build, so he's going to want to get those big items like a Phasian and Sheen first. So he knows he's not going to be building much magic penetration. Magic resistance. So he decides to build some magic penetration in order to negate the HP he's getting. So he's going to be dealing more damage overall with those items.
This is the thing, it allows him to stay above the curve, and this is the thing with mages in general, you just want to stay above that curve, because they're all mid-game orientated. And if you can stay in that mid-game as long as possible, and just become dominant with that flat magic pen, keep it down to true damage, it's so much damage, and you can just stay above the curve. That's as simple as. Mosow5 going on to Puki style, however, looking for the pole, lands it, Genja going to follow up with the auto attacks, and Mosow5 actually picking up the kill. But very clean, as soon as Soraka went back, just picked that one up.
Yeah, Soraka's actually very squishy, a lot squishier than Corki. And, I mean, the damage of Ezreal and Blitzcrank is actually a lot more than I expected. He is maxing his W, so that W, he doesn't really need to juke around in order to hit the Q. The W does 280 magic damage now that it's maxed. That's a lot of damage. So, I guess I was wrong. They do have the damage, especially when, even without Ignite, actually, they managed to kill him. That's a little bit surprising, you know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is the thing. People really underestimate the Blitz, and Blitz is scary, and he does a lot of damage, and people don't realize this until they're dead. And when you have Ezreal, as I like to call a proc carry, that's what's going to happen to you. And now they're at the stage where they've got a little bit of itemization, got a kill, got the Phage and the Doran's Blades. They have that potential. They have the
Oh, there goes
potential.
the mid. They're going to go on mid. Here comes the Vlad, Malphite. They're all going for Flashy with no flash. There's the Q from Celiver, and that's another secured kill, for Acer, who are really showing their dominance this game. It's absolutely incredible to see a team that just recently reformed and picked up new members doing so well against a team such as Mosow5.
Was that a pun I picked up there? Flashy in the night has no flash.
No, it's a fact. He didn't have flash. I'm sorry, I'm just too funny.
Flashy got no flash.
I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, bottom, Doja Pro looking for the gank on Genja, does have the ultimate,
They're gonna go for Gosu.
Puki style in position, along with Super Ace doing a lot of damage, there's the ultimate to follow up, staying behind the target, now Mosow5 gonna back off, Genja now is the target, and God,
Gosu
it's not
just
gonna
leaving
happen.
Genja right there.
Yeah, he was looking
He's like,
for
see ya.
that.
See ya. Nothing to do here.
And he's out of there.
I think that they may have even been able to secure the Malphite kill. I mean, Soraka did have her ultimate up, but her heal was on cooldown. So a knock up into a pull from them were able to let them kind of make the distance between the two champions be like big enough for them to be able to secure Malphite. He did have his flash, so maybe that's not a little bit...
Oh, there's the initiative round to Super Rays. A lot of damage coming down, and Genja popping that ultimate down. It's gonna back off Darian also there, and they will be counter-initiating that one, but that was a pickup. Flash in the night looking for the re-counter-initiate. That's Pro going out of the cheese wheel.
Re-counter-initiate?
Re-counter-initiate.
Okay, the thing is about, actually I want to point out about Mosow5's, Acer's comp, is that since they are a double AP comp, you know that what's the one thing that double AP comps really rely on more than anything?
AP.
Not only that, aside from the obvious, what do AP carries generally have that make them so strong? Like, which
Burst
ability
damage.
which ability in their skill set is generally the most important for an AP carry?
Ultimates.
Yes. And what about the ultimates of Acer? What about them? What was wrong with them? That they were down. They didn't have Malphite ult, they didn't have Kennen ult, they didn't have Vlad ult, so they're generally a lot weaker without these really important ults. And Darian being chased by Celiver. Celiver is not faster, and neither is 760. I think Darian's gonna be able to get away from this. But their ultimates were down, so they really weren't in any position to, engage. Whereas they have a Nautilus, they have a Blitzcrank, they have a Morgana. She's gonna have that binding up every few seconds. They can pull people in, they can CC them on the spot, they can pick off people one at a time. So Mosow5, now that they're starting to really build up, they kind of have the means in order to make this pick-off comp a little bit more valuable and viable for them.
Yeah, and exacerbating that is Puki styles just burst. You have Corki, it's Corki, and he's just going to start wrecking targets. They can just pick one off, and they've got a lot of CC just to pin them down, so you can just start wailing on them. They have a lot of nice scaling. They're in a good position right now. It's going to be very difficult for Mosow5 actually to catch this one up. Doja Pro looking for another gank, but he's going to go ahead and recall. Nautilus going down as well, but I don't know, they are pushing. Doja Pro is also there. Shows his face, and they're going to push down this turret. Are they going to go for the fight? Puki style knows they're there. Do have that ward then. And we'll be backing off.
Yeah. We're just going to go back into a little bit of a standard farming phase. So while there's not really much going on right now, please check out 4PL's Facebook, facebook.com/4PLLol. We can see some aggression going on top lane. Just gonna have to cut myself off for a second. Okay, never mind. You know, Darian wanted to get out of there. Please check out 4PL's Facebook, facebook.com/4PLO, and like there. They're doing a special giveaway on the Facebook where people get to ask Ocelot any question, and if the person who asks the best question wins a PAX Sivir code. So go on there and check it out. I repeat, the Facebook is facebook.com/4PL. Sorry, facebook.com/4pl.lol. I am Broken Shard, Jew Broken Shard, here being joined by the lovely Pulse.
Hello, good day.
He's really lovely. I've met him.
Meanwhile, top Darian flashing over the wall. Ultimate went down by 760, and Hemlock Plague not going to be that effective.
It's really amazing that people can still do those flashes. I mean, after Flash Nerf, I've never been able to flash over walls.
It was a crazy flash, yeah. Huge distance. That's quite nice to see.
I think Flashy's disconnected here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Flashy is disconnected. Okay,
heck?
no, he's fine now. You know, good sports.
Kevin is just like, lol.
It's good sports, you know, good sportsmanship right there, that they're able to see that people are disconnected. They want fair play. Meanwhile, in bot lane, Pukey-style is getting really chunked, but Genja now with no mana. Here comes the Soraka ult. Pukey-style deciding to turn around, gets knocked up. The Gatling gun is just out of range. One more auto hit, but Gosu Pepper, being the manly man that he is going...
It's the Fury.
There we go! Managed to pick it up with just a second left on Soraka's heal. Gosu Pepper with the Russian Fists of Fury there, picking up a kill in which Genja was not able to.
Oh, the ball onto Super Race.
Oh, wow.
He's not going to be able to finish him off, but it was pretty baller. That's what you can say for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, check out the goal difference between Corki and Ezreal. I mean, there's not much difference. Corki has been winning this lane, but I mean, I thought that they would win this lane, but now that I see the score and the creep score, they're dead even on creep score. Corki is 1-3-1, and where Ezreal is 2-0-3. It's just a little bit ridiculous, don't you think? That I think that a Corki would just be able to farm this lane and avoid the deaths, but you know, Pukey-style, apparently that Ghost Pepper's hooks are just way too precise there.
Yep, and Dota Pro meets an Alex Itch and lands the anchor, but there's no really to follow up. Morgana's there, but really can't do much to Dota Pro, and they're gonna go ahead and back off.
Morgana's one of those champions that has a really hard time killing tanks, because she's really good at CCing a bunch of people, but unless you get really, really fed with Morgana, you're not really gonna do much damage. So I think it was more of a desperate cause there where they wanted to get it. But we see them group around
the Baron.
Yeah, double Woda right now. I mean, I think Kennen and Vlad could do it alone if they wanted to with those Wodas.
Yeah,
Darian probably knows something is up. He has a Triforce. He's really strong and tanky right now. But he's gonna see them, but you know, there's nothing he can do about it.
They're just chunking Baron down so quickly, they're not going to be able to catch up in time, and there it is! Just stealth picked up, and Darian knew it was going to happen. Now, he's not in a great position if they choose to pincer him down, but I think they're going to go ahead and push, or maybe just back.
Come on, baby run, baby run!
Darian,
Darian just in an awkward position, he does not know what to do.
Do I recall, or...
Help, comrades, I'm stuck with no way out!
What is he doing? He's gonna go ahead and back up the
760
lane.
is going for the death cap approach, which means he's gonna be doing a lot of damage, especially off the front burst of his ultimate with combo. It's a really good option to do, especially since they're so far ahead. He needs to be the one dealing damage. Celeber picked up a needlessly large rod.
Meanwhile, bottom Pukey-style, not in a great position, fisted immediately by goes to Pepper, now chasing after the Super Rays. There comes the Essence Flux, looking for the finish, trying to juke around those auto attacks. Now, Dota Pro coming in as well with the ultimate. Alex is also joining the party along with Celeber, looking for the ultimate to go down. Flash and Death Charge goes down onto Celeber. Not really going to do much when he's activated his ultimate. Ignite will finish him off and go to Pepper, and Ezreal will be out of there. Morgana coming down as well.
I want to make a special notice to that silence of Ace. He silenced where Alex could not flash over the wall, and that really secured the kill. They didn't have the flashes.
Dota Pro on Genja, still following after with the Fist of Fury, and there's a shutdown from 760.
760 stealing the kill.
Kill secured.
The carry. No, it was a kill steal. I mean, poor Dota Pro doing all this work, being an 80 player who just transitioned into jungle. I have to give him a lot of credit. He's doing phenomenal this game. 2-0-5. Even though Malphite is a broken champion. No, he's broken. He's hella broken. I think Malphite is... He was a hidden OP for a long time. He's just got sick base damages. And in the current meta, he's just such a good pick in the jungle, in top lane, even in mid lane. He's such a great pick overall.
Nope, repping those AP Malphites. Before that becomes flavor of the month again. That's going to be fun. And going to go ahead and clear up those wards. Yeah, Mosow5's gone ahead and got that Oracle. Pretty good to get it on the tank as well, who's typically not the type of guy to be dying very often. So they will be picking up his Drake as well.
Actually, tanks are the ones to die very often. I'm just, generally in low-level play, it's the tank who goes in first and dies. You know, that's kind of how it is. But in high-level play, the tank will be the one to go in first, but immediately he's going to be like, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. He gets out. So usually they're not the ones that die, but they're the ones that are tanky enough that if they do get caught out of position, by some freak reason, like there was a ward there that didn't see or people knew where they were. Oh my god. Oh! Genja, a little bit ballsy there, but it would have been pretty cool if he stole it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's good for Mosow5 because he does have the little of a buffer zone between his passive and his actual HP pool. His passive is going to be protecting him for 211 damage, so that's a really hefty shield right there. And on top of that, he's got his ultimate, he's got his flash, he's going to be able to get away if people are catching him out of position.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and push down mid. Corki is coming in from behind as well, and this could possibly be a siege. They can't. Can they dive? Can they dive? Are they that far ahead?
No. I mean, they have a Baron, they have good initiate, but I still think that Morgana can get a really good ult off, and she's not the one burst down. It's going to be a really difficult time for Acer to finish off people.
Right. Well, they are going to definitely go ahead and siege this tower with Pukey-style in there behind, looking for the initiate. And they're just going to chunk this tower down way too quickly. There it is, initiate goes from Dota Pro straight onto the second turret. Ganja immediately just blasted out. That team fight Flash coming in as well, landed on Freeze people. Dota Pro there as well, but immediately getting knocked out by Darian. Flash goes down, he will be out of there. Alex is taking a lot of damage. Acer 760. So much damage from that E. Picking up the triple kill now. Mosow5 in a horrible position. Looking for 760's finish. Not going to happen, but that was 4-4-0. Wow, Tides of Blood ripping apart M5, and that will probably be an inhib if not the finish.
I think this game's pretty much over right now. I mean, it's a 12k deficit with a double AP comp. The late game is pretty much secured with their magic damage. Now the tanks are forced to build not only magic damage to protect them from this double AP comp, they also have to build physical damage with I guess a pretty decently fed AD carry right here.
And they're going to go with the safe route. They're going to go ahead and take 2 inhibs, which makes perfect sense. I mean, why Russian? Why Russian? Haha, but sorry. And they will be backing off with Australia's. Going to be farming this one up. I don't know. I don't like M5's chances. Obviously, they can come back, but what's their scaling compared to Acer? It's not looking pretty.
Let's make things.
Oh, 760 just got hit by Mosow5's passive, stopped him from recalling. Miss is the grab, excellently juked by 760. Now chasing after, but he's actually ripping them apart.
They're gonna die.
Turning this around, yes, can't 2v1 this guy. Darian coming in as well, but he's out of there.
760 definitely 10-0-4, MVP of this game. He's doing phenomenally. He's so tanky. He does so much damage right now. The penetration, the El Penetrato, or as we call it, is doing so much damage. He's level 18 right now. There isn't a single person on Mosow5 that's level 18, but 2 on Acer that are now 18. And the really important ones, like Kennen and Vlad, they're just going to be able to rip people apart with the engage. And then Corki's just going to be able to go in.
Meanwhile, our top Celiver has been caught by Darian and Alex Itch. Ultimate goes down by Celiver, looking to salvage the situation. Start coming in as well. Darian is getting ripped apart. Data Pro over the wall. Rocks her face. And Alex is not in a great position, now being chased after by Pukey-style. Celiver coming in as well, lands the Shuriken, lands the W, and the auto attack will finish him off.
Yep, little was just a little bit too much for Big Daddy to handle there. But you saw they engaged onto him, he hourglassed, and then he ulted. And you saw his HP just go down and then back up because of all the magic damage that was just being done there. I mean, it's just so much damage coming out of this really, really fed cannon right now.
Plus the Soraka ultimate came down as well, which just adds insult to injury. Aha, all of the healing. And now they'll be pushing down this inhib as well, probably. Ezreal out of there. Nice Q onto Pukey-style, but alas, that's not going to be enough to stop this from happening. Forcibly down their front door. This would be probably a 3rd inhib. Acer 760 is pushing by himself. It's fine.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock, who's there?
Acer.
Acer who?
I don't know. I didn't really think this joke through. They're pushing down through the front door. Now they're backing up. I don't know why they're so scared of Mosow5. They're actually 15,000 gold ahead. They have their cooldowns up, most of their cooldowns at least. The only thing that's down is the Kennen ult. But, you know, when you're so far ahead like this, Ah, they're just backing off because they have the timer. Baron should be spawning any second now. Ah, there we go, on the dot. Gonna take this. I think they're gonna buy their last major items and just go in for the win. It really looks bad for Mosow5. I mean, any team can really come back from deficits, but you know, in such high play like this, where outplays can happen, good play is a lot. Like good players, like they have a tendency not to throw games, especially in pre-mades. But I mean, Mosow5 can outplay Acer. It's just highly unlikely, especially since Acer's going to be sitting on such a strong advantage, both in items and in levels.
It's going to be nigh on impossible. Like, what can they do? Both of their carriers are fed. 760 is 10-0. Look at his item build. He's just going to be ripping people apart. That's 4 seconds of invuln, probably 5 if he chains it correctly. Very, very little they can do. They have no saving grace. I mean, they have Genja with 3 kills, but let's compare him to Corki, shall we? And, yep, he's definitely behind Corki, about 2k behind, and they have very little to go on.
He's only behind because of the dragons and barons.
Exactly, yeah.
Genja was actually, I'm gonna give it to Genja. Genja and Ghost who were outplaying the bot lane of Pukey and Super 8s.
No doubt, yeah.
They were just doing phenomenally in this bot lane. It's just a shame that the team is too heavy for them.
Ouch, burn. And
it's true. I mean, mid lane was getting dominated by Kennen. Top lane was getting dominated by Vlad. It seemed like their bot lane was the only thing keeping in the game, and now that's not even that big of a deal anymore because Genja is.
Oh, Alex is looking for the pick-up power onto Saliva, but he does have his ultimate going in with the lightning rush, and Dota Pro coming in from the side as well. And 760, I think he just like Zonias or something. Now going in, ultimate goes down with flashing. The Knight lands on 5 people. They all just walk away. Dota Pro zoning 3 people by himself, flashing the Knight in a horrible position. Now picks up by Fleeky style. Ghosty Pepper now backing off. Dorian's just going to be picked up and pull into the Nexus. It's not going to happen. 760 just pulls out of the way. Saliva with the ultimate, and that is game.
Yeah, it's pretty much GG right now.
Into the fountain turret. GG. I like that.
Alright, looks like SK versus Zwom, which is the new Mouse Sports, has begun. We're going to have to join via friends list. Do you have anyone from SK on your friends list?
Not SK, but I might have people from Mouse.
Dedrayan, Candy Panda, Dax from Millennium, Profana, and Ormoma.